Hello. So for my test 2 prompt, I decided for my organism to choose a crab, and and these loci that we're going to look at are eye color, claw size, and whether or not their legs have hair on them. So our alleles here, we have green, dominant to black eyes, large claws are dominant to small claws, and hairy legs are dominant to legs that have no hair. So we're going to look at here is our P1 generation, which is that parental generation. So these parents, we're going to get a homozygous dominant parent here. So green eyes, large claws, hairy legs, crossed with a homozygous recessive. So that would be black eyes, small claws, and no hair, because you see it as this. And it'll appear as such. And then that will get us our F1 heterozygous generation, as you can see in here. So to get these proportions, we need to find that F2 generation. So to get that F2, we cross this heterozygous F1 with another homozygous recessive individual. So to map out this chromosome to figure out our combinations, I like to draw it like this. And then we'll get our G, L, H, and our lowercase g, lowercase l, lowercase h. I like to draw it like this because I think it's easier to see, like these double combinations, single and no crossover events. But you can actually draw like the actual chromosome like this. Pardon my art. You can't really tell distance from the way I like to draw it, but the way you can tell that is if you bring your attention up here, we have our map here. So we have 20 centimorgans between our eye color and our claw size, which is our R1. And our R2 is the distance between our claw size and our hairy legs loci. So the further apart they are, the more recombination, because that recombination percentage actually like equals each centimorgan. So this will be about 20%. This will be about 11.5%. So L and H will actually be much closer together than our G and L loci. So to get our DCO, we're gonna probably look. I like to do it like this, it crosses over twice. So this is just one example. So we get our G, lowercase l, capitalized H. And the way to get the proportion for this is you take this R1 value times that R2 value and this C value we assigned, which is 0.8. And that's our coefficient of coincidence. So this map will end up being 0.2 times 0.115 times 0.8. And to get that gamete frequency, you'd actually have to divide by 2 to get the gamete proportion. And then for single crossover 1 only, we're going to do an R1 cross here. So we get that G, L, H. You may notice it only crossed over once there. To do this, you typically take R1 minus that DCO and divide by 2 to get that SCO only double crossover.